Hi, kindergarten friends. Today I want to show you what we are going to do to continue talking about community helpers. Everybody received this in their blue to-do folder. And this is going to be a community helper flip book that we are going to make. And I want to show you how we're going to do that. So you need these two things that came home with you. You also need a plain piece of paper. You're going to need a glue stick, pencil, and crayons or markers. I happen to have crayons. So now I'm going to just kind of bend this down so you can see what I'm doing here at my table. So I'm going to begin, and I'm just using a workspace here, a work mat that I like to use when I'm working on my table. I am going to begin by taking this flip book, and I am going to glue it to the top of my paper, just so you can see. I'm going to glue it to the very top of the paper. So we'll start with that. And I'm twisting my glue stick up. I'm going to put the glue all on the back of this small paper, and then I'm going to attach it to the front. Now, it is important that you use a white piece of paper. I just got one from my printer actually and used it. It's important that you use a white because you're going to wind up drawing on this. Oh, the other thing that you might find helpful is a stapler. This is my stapler from home. So the book already has a staple in it, as you may notice up here in the corner. But what we can do, and if you don't have a stapler, it's okay. You can glue this bottom part on. Now I'm going to glue this to the very bottom, or I do think it's easier if you staple it. So I'm going to take my stapler, and actually you probably want to ask your parents for help with this if you're working from home. And I'm going to put 3 staples down the side, just like this. 1, 2, 3. And this was the staple that came with the packet when you got it. Now, by stapling it, it's going to allow me to open this like a book. All right. Now, you might say, are you recognizing that this looks like a body here? What is this body missing? If you said a head, you're right. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this your community helper book. And you are going to draw your head up as best you can in this spot. So I'm just going to do a quick draw right now to show you. And you can see sometimes, and the reason I said a pencil is if you just notice, I didn't like the way I was making my hair. So I kind of just erased some of it, and I'm going to do this with it. So this is just my quick draw of my face. And you can see I have a big smile on my face. I do because I am so thankful for our community helpers. They have done so much for us. And we've been talking a lot about community helpers. Last week at school, we talked about, do you remember some of the community helpers that we spoke about when we read the Let's Find Out magazine? If you said mail carrier, you're right. How about the person who helps us when we're sick? Actually, it's quite a few people. Nurse and doctor, yes. And what if there was a fire? We didn't talk about that, but who helps us in our community if there's a fire? If you said firefighter, you're right. And who helps us if we're in trouble? Who can we call? Maybe a police officer? And how about the people who pick up our recycling and our garbage? Our sanitation workers? And the people at the King's or the ShopRite or the Acme? Our grocery store workers. They're all our community helpers. Well, there's more that we're going to learn about in this book. And what's cool about it, as you turn the page, you are going to get to see yourself, maybe, and even think ahead. Maybe this is something I'll be when I'll grow up. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw your face. You can pause the video now And once your face is drawn, and you can definitely, the reason I said have crayons, you could add detail to it. But once your face is drawn, you can come back to the video and we'll read it together. So you can pause it now. And for those of you who want to just hear this video right now in the book, you can do that. So I'm going to read it to you. And it does look like it has dotted lines for you to trace. You could do that if you want, but you do not have to do that. This says, I am a construction worker. And did you notice what I did? One of the strategies we talked about good readers doing, they are good readers, and beginning readers especially point to the words as they read them. I am a construction worker. And then if you turn the page, your face is going to stay there. And I'm going to fold this back so I see myself. What am I now? If you said a doctor, you're right. And that's what these words say. I am a doctor. Hey, are you noticing another strategy we learned about? Keep in mind what repeats. Did you hear the 3 words I am a on the construction worker page? And here it is again on the doctor page. Let's turn and see what the next community helper you may be one day when you grow up. Or you may want to be, right? What am I now? If you said firefighter, that's right. Would you help me read it along this time? I am a firefighter. Good job. Let's turn. Here we are. Do you recognize what this badge means here? This is the badge that a police officer wears. So let's read. I am a police officer. Good job. We are now ready to read the last page. You know who this community helper is? If you said mail carrier, you are right. Let's read this one together. Don't forget to have your pointer up. I am a mail carrier. Boys and girls, isn't this a cool way to imagine yourself as all of these different community helpers? And as you work on this book, I hope that you think about the community helpers that surround us and help us each and every day. Have fun. And the other thing I took the crayons out for, because now I can go back and I can color the booklet just the way I want to. Have fun.